This video is brought to you by WeGotSoccer.com, offering all of the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feed video of the Warrior Skreamer Combat. This is the first and only takedown model in the Warrior Skreamer line of soccer shoes with a retail price of about $90 US. Today I have for you the blue, orange, and white colorway. The shoe itself is going to launch in two different colors, which is this one, or the black and orange color, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen. Also keep in mind that the combat model is only going to be made available in a synthetic upper variation, whereas the top end model you can choose between kangaroo leather or synthetic as your upper material. As far as the shoe itself is concerned, it is a low-end synthetic shoe, with the goal here being to provide a thin, very close to the foot touch on the ball. And if you guys have been subscribed to me for a while now, you know my opinion on low-end synthetics is that most of them are not very good, and there's very few that are okay as far as what you're paying for. And honestly, just from first impressions, the synthetic on here feels pretty good for what you pay. You can see where it's cut off here at the sides of the tongue, and it has some pretty good thinness to it. There's not very much extra material here. It appears to be a single layer, possibly two layers, so there's not going to be a lot between your foot and the ball, which is very, very important in providing a nice quality touch on the ball. As far as the upper is concerned, one of the main features that you would normally get from a synthetic model of the Warrior Skreamer is the these arrowhead fins running around the forefoot and instep area of the shoe. On the top end model, they're basically these rubberized fins that stick out pretty aggressively on the upper, providing a little bit of extra grip on the ball and giving the shoe as a whole a more unique feel. Whereas on the combat model, they're basically these 3D printed arrowhead things that aren't actually rubberized at all. They provide that little bit of texture as far as to the touch is concerned, but in terms of actual grip on the ball, there's not a whole lot that's going to change the overall feel on the ball. So just keep that in mind. As far as the lacing system is concerned, it's identical to the top end models, where the lace is kind of offset to the outside of the shoe, and it still has that very deep cut in the overall shoe itself. So you're going to be able to get a very customized fit. The tongue is pretty much exactly the same. You still have the murder hole cutouts on both the tongue and Achilles tendon guard on the back, which is nice. It gives you that nice flexibility and adjustability when you are putting the shoes on. As far as the heel liner is concerned, it's identical. It has kind of like that basketball-like dimpling on the inside, which is really, really nice. But the arrow bed insole is missing from this particular model. The insole that is included is non-removable, so just keep that in mind. As far as the heel counter is concerned, unlike the top end model, the heel counter is internal. So you can see there's the kind of the white section where the graphics kind of flow into the shoe, where there would normally be an external heel counter, but everything is internal in this particular shoe, so just keep that in mind. As far as the sole plate and stud pattern is concerned, the sole plate is a little bit different. Obviously, it's not made out of P-backs. It's just a your classic plastic sole plate here, and then you do not have the carbon fiber X-bow shank running through this blue section, which is where it would normally be. Instead, you have basically this blue section with these little graphics running through, which I thought was a cool little detail on there. If you guys can see that on camera, then of course you do have your Warrior logo running across the middle. But nonetheless, the sole plate does not feel cheap by any means, which is definitely a good thing. And as far as the stud pattern is concerned, it's identical to the top end model. It is the Clawtech bladed stud pattern, which honestly performs really, really well. It's pretty unique in that you only have 3 studs on either side here in the forefoot, with the 1 support stud in the middle, and then these bladed studs here in the back. And it works very similar to like a lot of the stud patterns we're seeing nowadays. You have the bladed hard edges on the inside, which is where you're going to be pushing off. Then you have the more rounded edges on the outside to allow for a little bit quicker release from the ground, as well as a little bit better maneuverability once your foot is planted. But as a whole, pretty impressed with this shoe, especially for that $90 price tag. But that's enough of the unboxing, and we'll move on to the on-feet portion of this video. Alright, well here's a look at the Warrior Skreamer Combat on feet. And as you guys can see, it definitely has a unique look to it, especially in this colorway. So all I can say here, I'm not going to give my opinion on the looks because I've said that before. But if you're definitely looking to stand out, this is one of those shoes that's going to do that for you. As far as the overall fit and feel of the shoe is concerned, they fit really, really well, especially for a takedown model in synthetic. A lot of synthetic takedown models use a very cheap synthetic upper, and this upper on here does not feel cheap at all. There's very few layers, which is really important in having a high quality fitting synthetic. And the overall fit, like I said, is really, really good. Very reminiscent of the top end models. You have the exact same deep lacing system on this shoe, which allows for a very comfortable, very secure fit all the way throughout the foot, all the way up to the forefoot area, which is really, really important. And overall, the shoe gives you the feel of the top end Warrior shoes. As far as the differences in fit are concerned, this one definitely does have a little bit of a wider forefoot area than the top end model, but other than that, I would say they fit very, very similarly. As a whole, this is definitely not an overly wide shoe, especially in the forefoot and toe box area. But as a whole, because of the way the lacing system is designed, it's going to fit pretty much everybody, given that you don't have an overly wide foot. As far as sizing is concerned, they definitely do fit true to size. I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself, definitely recommend ordering true to size. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion is concerned, and I'll leave you with my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing plus on-feet video of the Warrior Skreamer Combat. As far as first impressions are concerned, I don't have too much bad to say about this particular takedown model. The quality of synthetic for what you pay seems to be pretty good, and the fit of the shoe is definitely reminiscent of the top-end Warrior shoes. So if you have been interested in trying out something from Warrior but didn't want to spend too much money, the Combat is definitely an option that I would take a look at. As far as the full review is concerned, it should be up in the next couple of weeks or so. You'll find that review page linked in the description, soccerreviewsforyou.com. And in the meantime, if you do want to check out that review page, you're going to find the high quality images of this shoe, as well as buy it now links with the best prices online, including the links to the alternate colorway of this particular shoe if you are at all interested. Other than that, guys, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you could leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. If you're not following me on Instagram already, my account name is VujoJosh, so go ahead and check me out there. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.